I'm out of control, I'm out of control, out the park, centerfold, yeah, hard to say, overload, ain't no parking space, on the road, yeah, I'm out of control, I'm out of control, out the park, centerfold, yeah, say your breath, I'm too cold, yeah, devil hate me, wanna take my soul, yeah, I am just a source of what you stole, I'm about to knock it out the park, yeah, centerfold, yeah, hard to say, yeah, overload, what they want cause they don't leave me alone.
Yo,
told them don't let me get in my zone.
We back,
Play the
brand
safe,
new three from the green.
big mistake,
It's been a while,
laid
but
it
we
down,
good.
watch it break, yeah, Austin Powers, golden chain,
Better than ever
jewelry
been.
make it snow, my
It's your boy
outfit make it
Jay.
rain,
Got the boy Trell Sav in here.
Yo, wait. We missed a week?
No, we didn't. No, think about it, we didn't miss a week. No. It feels like we did because we didn't video. That's why we didn't do video. That's why, because, like, see, I'm so used to doing everything with video now, like, it feels like we skipped a week, but we didn't. So, yeah. So, we technically didn't, because I'm like, wait, did we? No. But, yeah, so we here. Happy to be here. So, yeah. As always, make sure you copy some You Tweaking Media merch on Teespring. Go ahead and copy some merch. We greatly appreciate it. We know you got your stimmies. Copy the merch. It'd be greatly freaking appreciated, G. Ain't gonna hurt you. T-shirts are $22. It's getting nice out. Get you a hoodie. That's like 30. That's a 30 ball in itself. Support us in every way imaginable. But anyway, we appreciate you guys. We're gonna go ahead and get right into it. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Threes from the Ring and any platform you listen to us on You Tweaking Media. Make sure you follow. Anyway, go ahead and get right into it. We got a lot to talk about on this episode. So, breaking news, I know it's tough to open the episode on a sad note, but this man lived a long, fulfilled life. And today, Elgin Baylor died today. Natural causes. Kind of weird that you actually have to say natural causes nowadays because people just gonna sit there and be like, "Was it COVID?" But he died of natural causes. I swear I hate that. Y'all niggas did that with Hank Aaron. Y'all owe that man's family an apology for that shit. But Elgin Baylor died today of natural causes. I think, how old was he? Like 88, 86? Let's check. What did Watch say? I think it was 80. He was 86 years old. Yeah, 86. So literally, like, dang near full on life. Almost 14 years away from 100. If you don't know who Elgin Baylor is, for one, watch more basketball. 2, brush up on your legends. 3, brush up on your Laker legends above all, because the Lakers full of freaking legends. But one of the best to ever do it. Has started some of the NBA's most craziest records involving scoring feats, triple doubles, all of that. And he was
playing game feats,
crazy game feats, year feats too, because we want to talk about where he had to he could only play on weekends because he was in the army. It still had I think he was like top 4, top 3 MVP voted that year. So Elgin Baylor is one of the best to ever do it. We've never seen him play live. Like, of course, you can always Google highlights and stuff. You can look at the stories. We both have stories. It's how he hooped us up on 2K off the league alone. Like, if a team got Elgin Baylor, we get stressed. It's an automatic. Yeah, it's gonna be a stressful game because that man's gonna hoop us to the moon. Like, I think he almost gamed me one time. I was stressed. I was always stressed.
I hate to say it because last time I played 2K, I got gamed by fucking Julius Erving. And it wasn't like a pass to the thing. Julius Erving dribble, Andre Iguodala, flop that bitch up. Blouses.
I thought he crossed Iggy up and then drove down the lane.
Nope.
Laid that. I'll be hurt. I don't want to lose to a Julius Erving jump shot like you. That man barely shot jumpers, bro. I'll be hurt.
Exactly.
But yeah, Elgin Baylor came up like he was one of the premier godfathers of basketball coming up. Like let's go ahead and look up the facts of his life. Okay, shout out to NBA in history and their legends profile. So, Dang. It's funny how the terms that they use, strong and graceful. But yeah, he was 6'5", 225 pounds. For his career, he averaged 27 points and 14 rebounds in his 14-year career. And he played from 1960 to I think 74, was it? Oh, probably earlier than that. No. So no, 1950s because he was drafted. He was with the Lakers when they were still Minneapolis. Um, Went to Seattle University. He has an NCAA championship. So shout out to him. He probably came off the bench because back then niggas could not start. So just keeping it real. Jim Crow probably said, "Nope, we don't care how good that Negro is. He can't come in until the first 5 minutes is over with." But yeah, his rookie year was 1958. So yeah,
they call him the inventor of the dunk, dog. Look at the nicknames. You on Basketball Reference? Look at the nicknames.
Let's look at these nicknames. Mr. Inside.
What the fuck?
No, on Basketball Reference is Mr. Inside, Elge, Rabbit, Motor Mouth. Gee, these are very racist. Motor Mouth, TikTok, Aches and Pains.
Aches and Pains? Yo, Inside and Aches and Pains freaky as hell, bro. Oh, bro. Imagine you were like, bro, yeah, that's Aches and Pains right there. Oh, they call him that. Yeah, he gave me aches and pains last time I played against him.
Motor Mouth.
That's Inside. Why
racist.
you call him Inside? Oh yeah, he get inside you. Like what the fuck? Like no, don't. Hey, but no, I was because I was looking at I forgot. I was on Twitter when that shit happened. I was looking at everybody paying their respects to him. They said what they have to say about him. I was like, damn, Joe.
Yeah, it's like the man, like clearly he's one of the godfathers of the game. I didn't know his middle name was Gay. That's fucked up. Look, we're gonna honor people our way at the end of the day, so this is how we are. But of course, he's a Hall of Famer, 11-time All-Star, 10-time All NBA, All-Star MVP, and Rookie of the Year. I'm surprised he does not have an MVP. But then again,
he don't have a championship because the one time he was about to win, he retired and they won.
He retired. Gee, that is still wild as hell that he retired the year that he was supposed to win.
Did he retire mid-year too?
Mid-year, he retired. He said, "I can't do this no more." That's crazy. Like, bro, you telling me Jerry West and Wilt Chamberlain said, "Look, Bill Russell is not here. Just sit on the bench and just come on, man." Like, gee, and I think they had to change the rule because like now they give niggas rings for just being on the roster at one point during the championship year. Because that's why Boogie is honored as an NBA champion, even though he didn't play. He was on the roster. They just honored him as an NBA champion. Technically, Anderson Varejão's an NBA champion.
I know he got multiple of them bitches.
Yeah, no, wait, yes, I think so. I think he's a 2-time champion.
Because when he was on the Cleveland before they won, and then he was on a Warriors when they won as well, or some weird shit like that.
Exactly. So, like, just being on the roster, you're an NBA champion now. Like, that's crazy when you think about the shit, G. So, but yeah, so like, shout out to Elgin Baylor. I do want to read the stats of the year when he was limited because he had to play because of the military, because he had to do his military active duty shit. So in 1961-62, he only played 48 games. Jesus Christ, he played 44 minutes. He only rested 4 minutes a game, bro. So let's see here.
That's a madman, bro.
He attempted 33 shots that year. He shot 42% from the field. Got to the free throw line 13 times. Bro, this is crazy. Shot 75% from the free throw line. Had dang near 19 rebounds, bro. 5 assists, and dang near and close to 40 points, exactly 38 points. Playing part-time for basketball, G. He can only play on weekends or off days, G. Because he was in the military. Man was cold, G. He was cold. And the only reason he doesn't have an MVP is because he played during Wilt and during the era of Wilt Chamberlain and goddamn Jerry West. I mean, not Jerry West because that was his teammate, but I think Jerry West stole some MVPs from him. But Bill Russell. And he has a horrible finals record with Jerry West because Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. That is crazy when you think about it.
Fucking amazing.
But yeah, but shout out to Elgin Baylor. He was also after his retirement, I know he played a role in the what you'll call it, the Clippers. He was part of the Clippers front office. He won Executive of the Year in 2006 or 2008. I forgot what year exactly. So he did a lot. So shout out to Elgin Baylor, one of the godfathers of modern basketball. It's good to see that he was able to live a nice long life. Was able to see the fruits of his labor. Able to just see just the game that he really played a huge role in creating and growing in popularity, just grow to what it is today. So shout out to Elgin Baylor. Prayers to his family and loved ones during this time, of course. So all right. So let's go ahead and get into modern NBA. While we on topic of Lakers, might as well just go ahead and talk about the fact that the Lakers right now is in injury. Yeah, injury hell. They're literally aches and pains. They're literally aches and pains. So the injury bug is kicking the Lakers' ass right now. AD is still recovering from his calf Achilles tendinosis, whatever the hell it is. He should be back within maybe the earliest another week and a half, the latest maybe another 2-3 weeks. And then this past weekend, LeBron suffers an ankle sprain. Not just any ankle sprain, because we've seen LeBron sprain his ankle and just tie his shoe back up, which is freaky. But the man literally had suffered a high ankle sprain. Now, this is the wild thing. This just shows how wild LeBron is, or at least his pain tolerance is. He stayed on the court. I guess somebody on the scoring table said, hey LeBron, if you leave now, your double-digit record streak is going to end. That man literally sat there, shot up a 3, and then limped off the court.
Man, reason why. Look, this is not me coming at LeBron James. He was 3 points away from getting his 10 points. He wasn't going under 10 points. That Kareem Abdul-Jabbar record is still in sight.
Look, in LeBron's eyes, it's like, look, I may not win another ring. I'm definitely going to come for that scoring title one way or another. He's like, look, every point counts. And also, let me at least continue my scoring, my double-digit record, which is ridiculous in itself. But yeah, so LeBron has a high ankle sprain. He was seen at last night's game in a walking boot, which ain't good, but it's also more for, I guess, to keep the ankle stable. So it's like, I ain't going to put too much clout in it because it's still seriously a man in a walking boot. But LeBron is probably like, how fast can I come back? What all do I need to do to come back fast? All right, cool. I'm gonna do what's necessary. So high ankle sprain, you could be out up to 3 to 8 weeks when it comes to high ankle sprains. So,
and I think they rest them as much as possible.
Which is smart.
They. I know you're looking at shit like the Clippers, and okay, I don't know if y'all can see this. What this is. But these are deep fried cheesecake balls.
I love cheesecake, but my nigga, that's fat. That's fat as hell.
You don't even want to know what the entree was. But I'm trying not to eat those before I fall asleep in mid-pod. But they are so fucking good. Uh, what was I about to say? I know the Nets are rising, and I shouldn't even say rising. They're here. It's just James Harden. I know he's technically excommunicated because of the team that he plays on, but if you was to say who's the league MVP right now, kind of him.
Especially since Embiid
people
hurt.
are sleeping on the Bucks. I understand why they're sleeping on the Bucks, but Greek Freak is playing like his MVP year, and no one's talking about it. Just do yourself a favor and look at Greek Freak's numbers, and tell me that ain't an MVP caliber year either. Joel Embiid, he in and out, but it didn't the Jazz is going to be that one team in the playoff that's going to upset somebody. Just the way it is. You see all that, you'd be like, man, the Lakers finally fuck this year. Guess what? There's still a chance. I can see Greek Freak possibly doing a Lone Ranger joint over the Nets. I can see it. It's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
Who can stop him but himself? They ain't got size. KD ain't gonna be able to guard him for 48 minutes. It's a possibility.
Nobody on that team is guarding him for 48 minutes.
What you say?
Nobody on that team is guarding Giannis for 48 minutes.
Exactly. And if KD ain't guarding him, who guarded him? DeAndre Jordan?
Call the police.
Exactly. So, it's a possibility. But like I said, even though I do think the Brooklyn Nets are still the favorites, just because that team is literally well put together. And I didn't even know who the fuck. What's his name? Shannon Brown? Whatever the fuck that nigga name
Bruce
is.
Brown.
Bruce. I didn't even know he fucking existed. But shout out to bro. And shit like that. Now, I still think the Lakers title window is still open. So I say you rest Braun, just like how you resting AD. Don't come back till we need you.
Because this the thing. This the thing.
You move down to sixth in the Western Conference. All you losing is home court advantage. Who the fuck can beat you 7 games in a series in that Western Conference, except for maybe the Clippers? Nobody. And the Clippers don't even have a fucking identity right now. It's just Kawhi Leonard and the niggas he play with.
Pretty much. Because they slowly fell back down to earth. Slowly.
So, I can't eat that right now. So, it's a, keep your eye on Braun. It's okay if you rest him a bit. I don't give a fuck. It's gonna be hurtful. It's time for Kuz to stay up. And let me get this Lakers fan. Y'all are warning. If Braun and AD weren't on this team, I would not watch Lakers game. I would actually root for them to lose. Okay, especially if AD won this team, I'd be like, all right, Braun, I'm sorry, but you gotta lose. They have the worst fan base in basketball.
The most annoying fan base.
It's between them and Warriors fans.
I don't know. It's between them and Warriors fans, G. I don't know, man. Warriors fans
are delusional. Warriors fans is delusional. But Lakers fans are annoying. Like, Warriors fans are delusional. You just be like, what the fuck? But Lakers fans are like, oh, what the fuck are you talking about? They talk about Trey Montrezl Harrell. For what?
Especially now.
They talk about Trey Hill for John Collins. What?
Hey, look, G. John Collins is cold, though, bro. I'm sorry.
John Collins is cold, but Montrezl Harrell works perfectly for their bench. I don't care what anybody's going to fucking say. Montrezl Harrell is going to win them a goddamn game in the playoffs, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying. Because, this pick, you be able to use the pick and roll with him and AD on the fucking court. What can you fucking do?
Or him and Braun.
No, with him, Braun is inedible. Braun ain't leaving in the fucking playoff. But with him and fucking AD on the court with Braun, what the fuck are you gonna do?
Because this is the thing. The main problem because this is the reason why he got pick and roll to hell against the Nuggets and even kind of against the Mavericks in the playoffs. Because there was nobody to really protect them on the front court. You have Anthony goddamn Davis, and God forbid they somehow get Andre Drummond in the buyout market. But you have Anthony Davis protecting you on defense, bro. I just need you to do your thing on offense and just don't get pick and roll to death on defense, G. Even now, and even then, it's just when he gets dominated because it's by bigger centers. Honestly, there's nothing you can really do about that. And plus, Marcus Gasol is still not back yet. So, but yeah, like I wouldn't trade trades, but if for John Collins, I'm sorry, G. I like John Collins, G.
Yo, I like John Collins too, but the nigga couldn't stop himself from taking fucking steroids. One.
Come on, G. That was like a year ago.
Huh?
That was a year ago, G. Come on.
So, and two, he can't even shine. He probably shined 1 or 3 games out of a fucking month on the Atlanta Hawks.
Come on, G.
Come on, G, what?
Come on, G.
I like John Collins too. Quality 20 and 10 guy. But just like fucking Wendell Carter, until he consistent, I don't give a fuck.
See, 20 and 10 is consistent. What are you talking about?
20 and 10 guy. That's not what he averaging.
Oh, I get what you.
Hey, shit, you not even Draymond productive. Draymond can't score backs and save his life. At least he fucking productive.
I get what you mean.
But let me piggyback on the Warriors fan thing real quick. So Warriors fans are delusional. Because I dibble dab at Warriors Twitter too, because I think Steph Curry is playing, even though his ass hurt right now, I think Steph Curry is playing at a abnormal level. And just a level in which anybody who said he wasn't a star unless he had people around him just slap themselves, right? Mm-hmm. He ain't got no finals MVP, gotta hold that. Braun is negative in the finals. They're the things that's gonna carry you for the rest of your career. It just be like that sometimes, right? People in that Warriors fan base said, we need to get some stars around him. Trade Draymond, trade this, because he's going to leave if we don't. Because they saw, and this, bro, I'm keeping it buck. This shit happened after that All-Star game. Niggas do not know, like, though, that's how you can tell Warriors fans wasn't here, like, they wasn't there. They was Lakers fans before they was fucking Warriors fans, right?
I swear to God, they were.
Because they do not fucking understand that Steph Curry ain't fuck. Oracle is the house that he built. Why the fuck would he leave? This ain't no Cleveland situation when you in a small fucking market. My nigga, you in San Francisco in a whole new fucking arena dedicated to you. With all the fucking money in the world. You have Klay Thompson who will come back. And then again, like, yeah, you trade Draymond next year. That's honestly taking a lot off your money. But now you ain't gotta worry about this year. You ain't got Klay. You just put up your numbers this year. Hope you can get MVP. But they fans are so fucking deluded. They fans get mad at Draymond for talking about LeBron James. Like saying, oh yeah, King, keep it up or some shit like that. But why don't you go play with him then? Like, bro, LeBron James is not enemy number one for y'all fucking team. The funny thing about that shit is that the people who play the Warriors and the Cavaliers players don't even consider they ass a rivalry. They don't even consider them niggas a rivalry. So, one, you really can't because the Warriors slapped them 3-1. But two, like, they don't even consider the Cleveland niggas or Braun a big rival. It was a nigga they had to run through to get a title. That's it. So, I don't even see why he's still enemy number one. Y'all haven't even really seen each other in the Western Conference except for fucking regular season games that nobody give a fuck about. Of course, the Lakers won more than they lost, but still. And last but not least, they don't know what it feels like to have a mediocre fucking team because they joined that fan base in 2010. So they don't know, not even 2010. What, 2013?
2014. 2015. Whichever year they went to the went on the finals.
No, the Western Conference year. That too. When they went against the Spurs in the Western Conference.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I knew niggas was high on.
Niggas were slowly etching over like.
Yeah, but like they don't know what it feels. They don't know how it feels to have a nigga like Andrew Wiggins just inconsistent as fuck. They don't know how it feels for a nigga like Kelly Oubre to be shining for like 5 games and a ghost for the rest of them. They don't know how it fucking feels to have major fucking injuries. Because they had the God status team for most of their career. If Steph Curry had a fucking shooting slump, Klay Thompson would bail him out. If Klay Thompson ain't playing that good of a defense, Draymond Green playing all-time defender defense, bro. If Steph Curry and Draymond Green and Klay Thompson couldn't score, they got fucking Kevin Durant. So there was no point in a modern day Warriors fan base where they knew how to fucking worry. Now, other Warriors fans are understanding, like diehard Warriors fans, even though I think a lot of them are dick riders, but diehard Warriors fans are understanding, like, yeah, long haul. You got fucking Wiseman. You gotta blame Steve Kerr for not playing this nigga at this point. But you got fucking Wiseman. You know what I'm saying? You got fucking Curry still. Curry ain't nothing below like 32.
He's like only 32, 31, 32.
What the fuck?
The only concerns they should have is literally Draymond, who's probably not gonna be the roster next year, and if Klay comes back looking like Kyle Korver. So, even then, Kyle Korver's still pretty nice. So it's like, hey. So like you still have Steph who's looking really good, and you just gotta hope that Steve Kerr lets Wiseman be a rookie. That's the problem. Let him be a freaking rookie.
Kerr gonna stay the coach, bro.
Probably not.
I don't know who you get, but
same time, it's just he has championship equity. You just can't get rid of a coach who got championship equity. That's the problem. I know you looking, but gee, it's like it'd have to be more on the front office to get Kerr. Okay, it's gonna have to be like how the Bulls got Phil Jackson up out of here. Yeah, we get it. It's gonna have to be a clash between them, where it's like.
Think about this, all right? I know we weren't supposed to talk about the Warriors right now. Think about this.
Happens.
Mark Jackson, and I know you hate this nigga. And I dislike him like that too.
I don't want to say I dislike him. I just
he trained that team. You know what it was. Now Steve Kerr somewhat developed that fucking offense.
Developed the offense.
But at one point, did Steve Kerr take that mediocre team to relevancy, or did he just catch fucking lightning?
It's a mix of changing the offensive system, realizing, ooh, I have this guy named Draymond. Let me put up and figuring some stuff out with that. And then going crazy from there. And then just giving Steph the ultimate green light. That's primarily like they was all like I said with Mark Jackson. Yeah, Steph was the leading scorer. But at the same time, that offense was very archaic in a way. Like, you know. But at the same time, Kerr was like, I have two of the greatest shooters of all time. This dark-skinned nigga, this dark-skinned country-looking nigga is freakishly really athletic and really good defensively. Let me do some shit with him. David Lee, you sit your ass on the bench, and we figure it out from there. And, yeah. Like, they were already a good defensive team. It was just...
You know, Steve Kerr days might be numbered because he said some wild shit recently. He said, because a reporter asked him a wild-ass question that you could tell Steve Kerr don't give a fuck, and he Teflon, I guess, in Oracle or whatever the fuck that place is.
Like, he has championship equity.
Because that nigga, this reporter asked him, which roster did you like the most? Last year, in which they wasn't winning, or the year before when KD was there? He said the year they weren't winning because at least we know what was going on. You need to shut the fuck up. Okay?
Yo, that's a funny ass answer. I ain't mad at him for answering that. He said, look, I at least knew I had shit. I at least knew I had shit. He mad at it, G. That man, like, he went to last season sitting there like, okay, I don't have a Kevin Durant. Yeah, I have Steph and Draymond. Steph, you don't expect Steph to break his hand. So it's like that happened. But at the same time, that roster's ass. So then you're stuck with Draymond. Draymond put forth effort every other game to either get ejected, foul out, or just don't play. So it was like He was uninterested in playing ball last year. Then you get Andrew Wiggins. You got Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole. The only positive was Eric Pascal. That was the only positive to come out of last season was Eric Pascal getting some looking like, oh, okay, he can be in the rotation.
What the fuck is he doing now?
In the rotation. He's in the rotation. But yeah, well, let's try to go back to the Lakers though. But the Lakers are in a very interesting situation though. Like they're currently the 3rd seed, and you have another at least a couple of more weeks before you get at least AD back. A lot of people saying that they literally might fall into the play-in rounds, which is I think egregious because I'm gonna keep it G real. Like, yeah, do I see the Clippers passing them? Yes. The Nuggets and the Nuggets is playing good basketball right now. Finally, they may pass them. I don't see Portland doing good enough. The Spurs is slowly falling out, and Dallas is playing good basketball. I don't see them fully falling out that bad. Like it. Let me look at the next few games because I know, and this is another thing. Adam Silver needs to burn in hell because the way he did these schedules is shit. Why are teams playing 5 games in 8 days? That's egregious. Just
And
because
I think there's some bias in that shit, bro.
No, a lot. It's not even just the Lakers. It's a lot of teams that schedules is tight.
I know. I'm not saying like the games. I think about like there's some bias in the fucking competition they go against, bro. Yo, when the last time Nets went against the niggas over 500?
I don't know.
I think maybe Orlando, but other than that, G,
Orlando.
all you see is fucking Cleveland and Detroit and fucking Washington.
Either Washington. We have Washington's playing some good basketball lately, G. They be in the groove lately. I ain't gonna sit there and say, but lately. So, but let's see. They got
like what the fuck, and then some teams like the Jazz fucking going through it. They going through a damn gauntlet of niggas. Who else? Shit, I don't know who else, but I was looking at the Jazz. But like, fuck, like I think there's some bias into that shit.
Yeah, it is. But also, it's just you're playing a absurd amount of games in a short amount of time. So, like, just this week alone, the Lakers play on Tuesday. They played the Pelicans. Thursday they play Philly. That's probably an L. Friday they got the the Cavaliers. Sunday they got the Magic. Wednesday, then they got a break until Wednesday, and they play the Bucks. So within just this week alone, I see 2, maybe 3 winnable games. I think they could still win against the Pelicans. I think. I ain't gonna sit there and say they will. Because the Pelicans be tweaking sometimes. That's the Pelicans, Zion looking good, but the other niggas be tweaking. But yeah, Ben Simmons is gonna run a train on them. They should beat Cleveland. They should beat the Magic because the Magic trying to trade everybody. The Bucks, they definitely gonna lose to the Bucks. They got the Kings. They should beat the Kings. They got the Clippers. They should beat the Clippers. The Raptors, depending on what they do in the trade deadline, we'll see. They play Miami. Then they got Brooklyn. Then they got the Knicks. By the time they play the Knicks, AD should be back or close to being back. Even then, shit. Like, just the amount of games that they're squeezing in is crazy. Like damn. Like, it's like in a way that it's like the Lakers probably did the good thing by resting, by, I would say, being patient with AD and saying, Brian, just take your PTO as well. Because it's like, if their schedule is tight, other teams is worse. But at the same time, you just asking Kuzma, Montrez, and Schroeder to just keep things afloat. Like, just win the games that you're supposed to win. And if you can steal a game against a team over 500, thank you. But win the games that you're supposed to win. I think y'all good enough to beat the goddamn Knicks. I feel like y'all good enough to beat the Cavaliers. Y'all good enough to beat the what you call it, the Magic. Good enough to beat Detroit. Those type of teams. Win those games. If you can still win against the goddamn teams like the Pacers, the Mavericks and shit, perfect. But we just need you guys to keep us afloat, keep us around the 6-4 range, and we good. That's all you need them to do. And if somebody gets bought out that's appealing, perfect. If you get Drummond, get Drummond. If you can get, I think, and I don't think there's no guards that's going to be available. But if you get a wing or somebody who magically becomes available, perfect. If you could turn Montrez into a freaking John Collins, great. So it's just like, play the market smart. Play the market smartly. That's all they got to do, and just trust in the players that they got. And because also this is perfect for Kuzma's confidence, perfect for Talon Horton Tucker's confidence, perfect for Dennis Schroeder's confidence. Because Schroeder's been a little inconsistent offensively lately. So your Muggs gonna get touches that they probably gonna get that they probably haven't got, and that's gonna boost your confidence up even more. Marcus All should be back because he's been on COVID protocol soon as well. So that's a veteran to keep things afloat as well. Be like, all right, you guys is tweaking. I don't know if they're going to sign Damian Jones to another 10-day contract because of the trade deadline and shit, but after that, I'm pretty sure he might get another 10 days. He hasn't been bad. So. And I think he was on one of them championship Warriors teams, so he has some sort of championship mentality. So. Better than nothing. But yeah, but I'm like, should Lakers fans be concerned? Yes. Because, like, if worst thing happens, y'all go on a 10-game losing streak. And that's not good. But you're also going, but like literally, hopefully by the time Braun and AD back, like shit, y'all might be the greatest 8th seed of all time.
That's if they get to the AFC. Other teams might be losing too.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, this is a tough stretch of basketball for a lot of teams because it's like, yes, like right now, at this point in the season, a lot of teams are starting to get in a flow of things, like in terms of like knowing what their identity is as a team and stuff, knowing the weaknesses, strengths, and stuff. But also, like I said, the schedule's ass. A lot of teams is going to be doing a lot of back-to-backs in short amount of times. A lot of games in a short amount of times. So, like, teams either going to be tired or poorly rested or coming in disengaged. So, just like, at the end of the day, you hoping your stars come back more healthier going into by playoff time. So, it's like, hey. Oh. But yeah, I'm not too concerned. Oh yeah, Marcus Aldridge still might get bought out too, because I don't think that man's getting traded. So, but yeah, so
who might get bought out?
LaMarcus Aldridge. Don't forget he still might get bought out. So. But yeah, so let's go ahead and move on. LaMelo got hurt. Yeah, he might be out for the rest of the season due to a broken wrist. I don't think they confirmed he's getting surgery yet. It'd really be unfortunate because like
they say he's getting a second evaluation. They don't know him.
Oh well, that's good. So hopefully we'll see if he's gonna be out for the remainder of the season. If not, he is listed indefinitely. So it's a wait and see approach with LaMelo. If I'm the Hornets, it's like I sit him like bro, what like if he's
you kind of in a decent position. Yeah. The Gordon Hayward signing didn't seem that bad.
So it's honestly a very underrated signing.
Money getting lower. What'd you say?
It was one of the more underrated free agency signings, honestly.
Exactly. So the Taylor stuff is getting lower. You got a good, solid, fucking young team. You kind of in a good position to let your rookie go out. I think when you in a situation where you wasn't gonna go for a deep playoff run, you wasn't going. What? Who the fuck you thought you was gonna beat? You was gonna get home, but what thought you was gonna run into fucking the Heat when they finally hit the AC or something? But like you good. You can let him rest it out. Better safe than sorry. Worst case scenario, he don't win Rookie of the Year because of his injury.
Honestly,
even though
I'm still kind of
he's
giving
the
it to
most
him.
impressive rookie other than Anthony Edwards, but the end of that. So no man.
Yeah,
I can see I don't mind it. You know, he been balling, yes. But what you would rather do? Would you rather have him go out there and fuck up his hair permanently? Because that's what fucking Philly did to Markelle Fultz. The folks forgot how to shoot.
Took him literally like 3-4 seasons just to get it together.
So, you know, take caution. Fucking, look, people got mad as fuck at niggas just getting a taste at Zion, right? I was one of them niggas. Oh, let me see what this nigga can do. They rested what was his knees, his conditioning, and look what this motherfucker doing now.
Mm-hmm.
Balling. Hey, I say rest him.
Yeah, like I said, just play it smart. Like he's going to have a really long NBA career regardless. He's going to be a star. This is the person that's more than likely going to revive your franchise.
Yep.
Because shout out to Mike. It took a while, but he's got something going here. And there's a possibility like you could still I ain't gonna sit there and say they're gonna get like a top 5, top 10 level player and be like or something like that. But you can attract the niggas in the next level. You can attract the 11 through 25s and be like, hey, come on over here. Like we got LaMelo, he's fun to play with. Terry Rozier, he's finding his foot in. Hayward's is having a resurgence. Come over here, like you have a chance, and look, it's the East. Like, hey, like you could be the one that could help us be a top team and shit like that. So, like, I'm sure they can steal a top level free agent in like soon. Okay. I won't say soon, but like in the future. So, like, Jordan's doing a lot of good things over there. I know he was speaking for the pod, but he owes Zion an apology.
No, I wasn't speaking for the pod. I wasn't speaking for you, bro. That's totally on me.
I said before the pod.
I didn't think he. Huh?
I said we was talking before the pod. You said he owes Zion an apology.
Oh, like you said, speaking for the pod. Like, no, Zion is everything people say he is. He's a moment, not that much to talk about. I don't know what the team you get around him to make him that much better, but he's that good. And whatever you can do to maximize how great he is, you do it. I was like, man, Zion an all-star, do he really deserve it? Hell yeah. And every sense of the way, hell yes. So yeah, shout out to Zion. We rock with Zion over here, man. We a pro Zion podcast.
Very. So, hey, we for fat folks, G. Regardless, that nigga's still fat as hell, but we rocked with fat folks, G. Because like the man is hooping his ass off. Trying to pull up his recent game stats because he's been doing some wild shit. Let's see. Man, the man hasn't scored under 20 in a minute. Hold on. How many games has it been? 1, 2.
He held, bro.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19. Almost close to like 25, 26 games in a row scoring over 20. He's hooping his ass off. And I'm here for it.
His ass off.
And I'm here for it. He has 10 games where he scored over 30, 25 where he's over 20, 24 games, so like where he's over between 20 and 29 points. Man's hooping his ass off. I'm happy to see it, G. Like, I'm really happy to see it.
Me too.
The only thing I feel like about his game is probably just rebounding, but you share the freaking front court with Steven Adams. So what more can you want me to do? Like, and even then, but like I agree. Like, it's just, my main thing with Zion is just like, because I feel like he's one of the primary reasons the Pelicans are as good as they are. But also, I don't think that roster is as good as is well constructed still. Like, it's very still poorly constructed. Like the only, like I said earlier, I think the only people safe on that team is him, Brandon Ingram, and Lonzo. Those are the only three that should be safe. Like, if I'm David Griffin, I'm like, you better get in. You better act like Zion is LeBron James and be like, who can I get over here? Because honestly, everybody on that roster who isn't them three need to be able to shoot. That's it.
Yeah.
Like the center needs to be able to shoot. Like, I like Steven Adams, but he, even when they traded for him, it made no sense. Steven Adams needs to be on the inside, and he's the antique type center that just isn't needed anymore in today's NBA. It also just shows how good Russell Westbrook is when it comes to making centers look good, because it hasn't been the same. but
Yeah.
But what was I saying? But yeah, like, if you want that, like, for the Pelicans to continue to grow, it's going to be more on the front office than, because Zion's only going to get better. Brandon Ingram's still only going to get better, and as long as Lonzo's confident and they decide to keep him, that's your core right there. Like, I still try to keep Josh Hart because he's just a do it all type guy that I feel like every team would love to have a Josh Hart. Like, he's literally a very, like, he might go down as, like, I'm not gonna sit and say he's on par with Andre Iguodala, but on a championship team, you could put him somewhere and do whatever the hell he want. Josh Hart, I don't mean it like he's Iggy, but in terms of, I need him to make a shot, rebound, play defense. He does all of that as a guard. He does all of that as a guard. I'm just not saying he's gonna be that type of player. Not gonna sit and say he's gonna lock niggas down, shit like that, but he's that type of guy. Like, I'll keep Josh Hart around if you can afford him. But everybody else on that roster is very expendable. Like, everybody on that roster need to be able to shoot. You need to find a big that can shoot. You need to find other guards who can shoot. Like, that roster just need to be nothing but shooters for the team to be successful, or at least high IQ basketball players. That's how I view it. So, like, that's on David Griffin though. Like, Zion's only going to improve. Ingram's only going to improve. Like, it's the sky's the limit with the Pelicans. It's just going to be on ownership and David Griffin.
But do you think Ingram and Zion is a two-way threat?
Yeah, I can see it working, because Zion, I think, and this is one thing I like about Zion more, and I didn't realize, he's smarter than he's a smarter basketball player than I give him credit for. So he knows, like, look, I'm gonna stay my big ass in the paint, and he has post moves. He has skill set in the inside. He will shoot a three if necessary, and all of that. So, like, he knows his limitations. He ain't gonna sit there and force it right now. So, and that's only gonna get better. Ingram is a 3-level scorer, so, like, he can play inside out, mid range. So he's good. I think it can work. Like, they don't really clash as some people try to make it out to be, because it's like Zion knows he can play on inside, but he also doesn't hesitate to stand on the outside either. So, I think it can work. It's just you have to put the right roster around them. Like if I'm them, I will call the Bulls about either Laurie or Wendell Carter. I will call, even though like the Bulls sit there and say, "Give me Lonzo." Sorry, we can't do that because we believe in the kid right now. But give me a Laurie Marketing to just sit there and say, we just need you to play stretch five, or tell Wendell Carter to play center, and we just need you to stretch the floor. Like call for players like that. Can't think of no other bigs that can shoot. But like even in the draft, look for those type of guys.
Mm-hmm.
So like they just need to start constructing a winning roster, if anything, because it's like take advantage of it while, as of right now, Zion still has 3 years left before you have to pay him. You have 3 years before you have to pay him.
Only 3 years left before you got to give him pay. He ain't got no major fucking injury.
That too. Like yeah, he had that torn meniscus, but it seems like it hasn't phased him. And even then, like he doesn't. It's not like okay, we like even though we all grew up, we saw Zion highlights where he was just dunking on niggas, sending niggas to God. He came into the league like yeah, he will take a body every now and then, but he doesn't really bounce and go crazy like we thought he would. It's like he knows like okay, if I want to have a longer NBA career, I don't need to freaking go and try to catch a body all the time. Can I do it? Hell fucking yeah, because I have the athleticism. But to extend, I guess, the athleticism in this game, and also just knowing to survive an 82 game NBA season, 72 this year, but a 72-80 to play 70-80 games a year, you don't need to do that. Which once I get it, I applaud his basketball IQ because he knows like, hey, so like whoever he's talking to, he got the right people in his ear. It's like, yeah, he'll still have a highlight, but he's still dominant in spite of that. And it just shows like his NBA skill set because he can score very well inside. So like he's going like I don't see him getting any other major injuries, honestly. Like I really don't. And plus modern medicine's key. So. But yeah. Before we get into trades, Brooklyn Nets. So they've been just doing whatever the hell they please to the league as of lately. Like literally ripping the league a whole new one lately. They won. They 8-2 in their last 10 games. They did lose a random game to the Magic, but I don't think they were fully healthy. Honestly, I don't recall. So, but yeah, they've been really beating a lot of teams' asses, or really just been having some games they should have lost, but they still pulled through. Blake Griffin played his first game against the Wizards, and he fooled everybody by dunking eventually. Even though he didn't score, he didn't really score that much that game, but his first point was a freaking dunk. First 2 points was a dunk.
Only.
Oh, see, but he did. He looked engaged though. That's all I'm gonna say. Like he looked engaged. Yeah. I could tell like he wasn't trying to force the agenda because it's like this. I think Steve Nash must have really told these niggas. The offense flows through Harden, Kyrie. KD's not here, but the offense flows through them. Everybody else, if you're not Joe Harris, you don't really have a green light to shoot unless you're wide the fuck open. That's the offense. And I think Blake Griffin's just finding trying to figure out things go. Like literally, you're playing with James Harden at point. Like he's gonna get you in good positions and all of that. So I'm still waiting for him to catch a windmill alley from James Harden. That's a collision course. But I think he's still finding his role in the offense. Like, if he's going to come off the bench, that's huge. That's freaking huge. Because, like, you have at one point, a top 10 player in the league coming off your freaking bench. And he's still really a solid player. He just didn't give a fuck in Detroit at all. But the Nets is a really funny team. I think today came out. Kyrie said he's not playing the next 3 games on his road trip because of a family matter. So, but I think each time James Harden has been by himself, they won. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think it's really going to be a problem
yeah.
for James. I know James going to win more of those than we expect him. So like I said, I don't think it's as much of a problem. Um, I'm trying to see how this affects uh the Kyrie being gone. I think they got a game against the Blazers. Probably lose that. But James can win it for you, but you probably lose it. After that, they got against another good team, I think. Oh, after the Blazers, it's the Jazz. Shout out to my fucking memory. I'm not even looking at that shit. But after the Blazers, it's the Jazz. They losing that one. If James Harden beat the Jazz by himself, they are frauds. That's just plain and simple.
And we gotta seriously consider putting James Harden in MVP talk again.
And not just talk. I'm down. Yeah, I'm down. What else? Who else? Oh, you got anybody else? Like, I don't think they losing. Not many.
No, I don't like. I don't really see them like they just really decent right now. Like they got a flow going on. What's working for them is working. So like if they lose, it's probably gonna be more of a legit contender type team.
Yep. That's how I see it.
But yeah, so let's go ahead. Trade deadline is this week, I believe. I think this Thursday or Friday. So let me see what's up with that. NBA trade deadline. It is March 25th, so 3 days from now. So at 3 p.m. Eastern. So let me pull up the Athletic because they had a nice little article in regards to potential trades.
I just laughed because I'm just scrolling through Twitter and you see Kings try to trade Malcolm Brogdon for a random Piston player. Pistons decline. I'm like, damn, bro.
You hate to see it.
Imagine you waking up, you see, damn, to the Pistons, though.
Like, I'd be hurt.
If I'm the Lakers, I give you Kuz.
Nigga, Marvin Bagley can't stay on the court. He can't stay on the court. Like, gee. Like, bro, the nigga can't stay on the court. I give you Marc Gasol. Once again, that nigga can't stay on the court.
And Marc Gasol can't guard a fucking feather.
At least he can stay on the court. That's the thing. At least he can stay on the court, bro. There's a difference. Availability is the best ability. Even though right now the nigga has COVID. But that's the problem with the Lakers right now. Availability. But Marvin Bagley, that nigga literally steps foot on the court. His thumb hurts. He's out 2 weeks. Maybe 4. Can't deal with that. That's stress. But yeah, so looking at what's going on with the trade deadline. As of right now, no, Kyle Lowry and Aaron Gordon's names are some of the bigger names to be popping up. John Collins is in there. Harrison Barnes, Lonzo Ball has been pairing up. This is really interesting to see who gets who. Part of me feel like John Collins isn't going nowhere. Primarily because I think I've been hearing the Hawks is asking too much. I heard that the Celtics gave him a respectable offer, and they said we want Jaylen Brown. They wanted Jaylen Brown for John Collins. You said what?
Yeah, who the fuck do they think that? It's like to decline Jaylen Brown.
Like, wait, you said who asked the
I
nerve
said, who
to?
the hell they think they ought to decline Jaylen Brown?
No, John. No, the Hawks asked for Jaylen Brown.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, you think Danny ain't Danny Ainge ain't that stupid? Jaylen Brown. There's people literally saying Jaylen Brown's having a better year than Jason Tatum. I ain't getting rid of that nigga at all. So,
What he gonna do with him?
exactly, like shit. Now if it was literally like James Harden from Jaylen Brown, then yeah, but we know Danny Ainge is scared to pull the trigger, so it ain't gonna happen. But yeah, like I don't like the Hawks been asking price for John Collins has been crazy. Like I'm hearing multiple first round picks and shit. Aaron Gordon is just a really interesting case because it seems like the Magic is finally going to trade this nigga. It's just to where.
If I'm the Lakers,
I think about it.
you Kuzma.
It's always Kuzma. That's the funny thing. It's always Kuzma. But I'm trying to think like. But yeah, the Lakers make sense, of course. Portland.
Yeah.
Portland, Denver will make a lot of sense. And for some reason, the Rockets name popped up.
What the Rockets gonna do with him?
Be ass.
Huh?
Be ass.
Exactly.
But Aaron Gordon is an interesting case because I think if he was to go Portland, it just like I say this every year with Portland, it doesn't move the needle. It doesn't move the needle. It's like okay, if Danny Ainge had the trigger finger that the Blazers GM had, the Celtics probably will have a championship by now. But this is the problem. Danny Ainge don't got that trigger finger.
I was thinking about this shit. About Danny Ainge being the worst GM of all time. And how they could have had Harden this year. And most likely could have been the favorite to win the championship with Harden and Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Marcus Smart. Just a bunch of guys who going to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
But for some apparent reason, Jaylen Brown was untouchable. You have first round picks. You got everything you need to get this shit situated. You fucked. Like so, I can't wait till next year and Danny Ainge. I'm stepping down from my position as president of basketball. I can't take it no more. They said I was the GOAT. I'm not the GOAT. I got Kyrie and lost him in the same year. I mean, within 2 years. Jason Tatum don't want to play no more. Sorry to tell you guys that. Not under me, at least. Just call it a day. I can't wait. Next year, bookmark it.
That's gonna be hilarious as hell. I'm gonna laugh. But yeah, if the Blazers get Aaron Gordon, it don't mean nothing because for some odd reason, until that roster isn't constructed around two midget guards, having to drop 50 every other night just to win, it don't mean nothing.
David's just in the area in which if he don't want to build a super team, and shout out to him, but he in the area in which he don't, tag team with LeBron and Curry or KD, you ain't winning shit. It's three people. Bron, Curry, KD. If you ain't teaming with them niggas.
Kawhi snuck in there.
Kawhi, maybe, because Paul George teamed with them and they couldn't get past the Nuggets.
Yeah, Kawhi won.
And they got lucky with KD fucking Achilles. I will die on that fucking hill. KD came in that one game and fucked them boys up before that shit exploded. They prayed for that shit. Fuck them boys up.
That was still nasty. But if the Nuggets get Aaron Gordon, and y'all gonna sit there and be like, well, what do you mean don't move the needle for the Blazers? They don't need him. They need a freaking big ass guard to put with Dame instead of CJ McCollum. It don't work no more. And plus CJ back hurt. So
Boy, it would be a good ass Jaren, whatever that nigga play on the
Jeremy
Pistons.
Grant.
Nigga on the Pistons. Somebody
Yeah.
like him. You should have went after him in free agency. See what he could have did for you, bro. I like him. I think he cold. Or
Jeremy
shit,
Grant.
you could have went for somebody like the next player that's playing good right now.
Julius Randle.
Yeah, when Julius Randle was available. Somebody like him. Somebody who gonna do that dirty work, but also put up a little mid triple double if he need to. You know?
Low Mitchell.
No offense, but yeah. Mid triple double. No offense. They're gonna put up probably like a 14, 10, and 10. 14, 11, and 10. You know what I'm saying? Get it done. But he getting it done.
He getting it done. Like I have the utmost respect for Julius Randle. I always did. But yeah, if Denver gets Aaron Gordon, though, I think it fills the void that they missed from Jeremy Grant. Because it's like, even though like now that they're slowly getting together, Aaron Gordon at least fills the void that Jeremy Grant left, because it's like, okay, he's a physical level front court player you compare with Jokic. Even though Jokic is physical itself, but Jokic still likes to play pretty. He just plays pretty. This is what he do. But you have somebody who can lead the second unit if you need him to lead the second unit. Athletic, shoot the three. Let's put it that way. But he's athletic as well. I don't know why Minnesota's on this list, because look, G, that team is fucked.
You paid for D'Lo. You fucked.
You fucked.
They flamed D'Lo yesterday, boy. Put that nigga in the dirt.
Well, what did D'Lo do? Because I missed that.
After LaMelo got injured, he put a yawn emoji and said, what's the rookie name? Basically,
Edwards.
Edwards, rookie of the year, and yawn emoji. As soon as Melo got hurt. All I gotta say is, bro, you asked for it.
Yeah, he did that to himself.
They see that nigga loading up like a fucking Windows 96 computer, bro. They say he's still loading. They said that man's a GTA loading screen. They was on that man's ass, bro. They was on that man's ass.
Bro, like, come on, bro. And it's just the thing. D'Lo hasn't even been playing.
Nope.
Low-key, him not playing has been beneficial for Anthony Edwards.
Never tweeted. You should never tweeted that. I can't believe your publicist didn't tell you to take that shit down.
Look, man, you gotta remember, this is the same dude who did record Swaggy P admitting to cheating on Iggy Azalea. So
lost his way on the fucking Lakers because of that shit.
Really did.
Yeah, that damage couldn't even be repaired. Fuck.
Even Kobe was like, I can't save you here, young buck. This ain't even my locker room no more. You young niggas run it. I'm just here. I'm just here.
I feel from my well to it.
Exactly. But yeah, so Aaron Gordon's name is being mentioned. Who else is here? I've been seeing like I said, Kyle Lowry, you know, like the Raptors in such a weird position, because it's like, yo, we don't know whether they're good enough to sneak into the playoffs or they're just bad. They're like so confusing. But it's like, you don't know what to do with Kyle Lowry, but he can bring you some assets. And he really wants to only play for Philly or Miami, from what I'm hearing.
Why do you want to go back to Philly?
Hometown. And also, like, if I'm keeping it real, if they can get Kyle Lowry without losing Tobias Harris.
Why would you get Kyle Lowry and you got Ben Simmons, though?
Kinda, it's like, how do I view it? It's like an upgrade from Shake Milton. It's like, at the end of games, Ben Simmons isn't a good enough. Okay, it's like a close game. You can't put the ball in Ben Simmons' hand because they're going to foul him because he's not a good enough free throw shooter.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you can't even really get half court without. So it's like, you can't foul Kyle Lowry, but you can still keep Ben Simmons on the floor because he's still a cutting threat, and plus defensively, like, he's taking your best perimeter player. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's more in that vein of things. So it's more like it's kind of like how like when they had Jimmy, it's like Jimmy legit was the point guard in crunch time. That's how it is. It's like because for some goofy reason Philly just been in a bunch of close ass games lately. I just watch them. Ben Simmons oftentimes doesn't have the ball. It's either Danny Green, Bias, or is Shake Milton. It's hot. It's Shake Milton. So yeah, it's like I said, it's no nothing a problem with Ben Simmons. Just crunch time, we will foul you and try to make you make free throw. But yeah, so that's why like Kyle Lowry makes sense for them. And Miami just always look, we want somebody. That's when it comes to Miami. And plus they have the young players to give up for them. Let's see who else is here. The Hawks been trying to trade Cam Reddish. At this point, I don't think Drummond is even getting traded. At this point, let's just keep it G real. There's not really much really going on. Jeremy Grant might get traded, but I doubt that actually happens. So yeah, and we also last week PJ Tucker got traded to the Bucks. Thoughts?
Nice pickup.
Decent little pickup.
I really can't say nothing about that. I hope Giannis like your shoe collection.
It's for me, it's more of a smart defensive pickup, and also boost your small ball lineup because technically, your closing small ball lineup is now Giannis at center or power forward, or PJ Tucker at power forward or center, whichever way you want to freaking phrase it. Take it as you want. Then you have Middleton, Drew Holiday. Like somebody on that team I'm forgetting. And somebody else. Like you just somebody who could stretch the floor and shoot. I don't know who's on that team. But so like that's your closing lineup. Like defensively you straight. It's just your hope is that Giannis is dominant enough and Chris Middleton is able to score. So but yeah, so it's a smart move, but it's not something I'm like totally fascinated by. Like it's a smart pickup for them. It's a really smart pickup. Hell's going. Oh, the burnt fiend is back on TV. Hey, let's go ahead and get into wrestling. So, did anything happen on AEW this week?
This week, the women put on a spectacular match.
Ooh. Oh yeah, the women had a bloodbath match. Dr. Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa. Yeah, they had a really good match last week. Christian Cage cut a promo saying he's not here to get in front of the young guys. He's just here to fight Kenny Omega, which was funny as hell. And I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. Honestly, because I don't really give a fuck about anything else. Shout out to Randy Orton and RKO and the Fiend. I don't think that means anything at this point.
Not at all.
Hold on, I gotta see what the hell's going on. You know RKO Alexa Bliss this week? Also, Randy Orton's hairline is really, really getting bad. Like it might be time for my boy Randy just to let it go. Shout out to the Mandible Claw.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
let's do wrestling, man.
You said what?
Disney wrestling, man. I haven't been. I'm sounding like an internet fan. I haven't been as happy with the product lately. It just hasn't been catching my eye. You know what I mean? I just been a little tad bit bored. Uh, I really watched Backlash. I watched the whole Backlash, but I honestly only watched Backlash for Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns.
Fastlane.
What you say?
You mean Fastlane?
Yeah, Fastlane. Um, only watched it for Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. Was not disappointed.
At all.
Fantastic match. But yeah, we can talk about it though.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So in terms of what's going on, at this point we're well into Mania season. It don't feel like it, but it is what it is. First things first, I do want to say Impact Wrestling, you gotta hold that L because you scheduled a pay per view the week of when WWE's taking over everything wrestling. It's 2 nights of Takeover. It's 2 nights of WrestleMania. What the fuck are you thinking about having a pay per view that week? Cocaine is a hell of a drug. But yeah, so Fastlane was last night. Pre-show match, United States Championship, Riddle versus Mustafa Ali. This was actually a very good match. I enjoyed this match. Like they both put on a good show. Ended with Riddle winning, of course, and ended with Mustafa Ali getting the niggas of Retribution realizing this some bullshit. And I'm gonna admit I was wrong. I thought Retribution was gonna be a thing. I thought. If you check the archives, I did. I was wrong, and I'm kind of happy that this shit went down the road that it went. Even though I'm still an advocate of Keith Lee taking over and just talking like Bane without the talking like Bane because he just has the voice for it. So, but yeah, so T-Bar and whichever one is
Mace.
Mace. They choke slammed that nigga. We'll see where that goes from there. But women's tag team championship, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler versus Bianca and Sasha. Decent match. Nothing really add about it. Nothing spectacular. It just fully led to Bianca and Sasha realizing, we got a match at Mania and we don't know what, we don't really have nothing going forward with it. So now we actually have some beef. Sasha's at this point now playing the heel. I was kind of hoping that they would have just let Bianca play the heel here. I was hoping for it, but I'm cool with Sasha doing it. It just fits her. You dig? But I'm looking forward to see where things go. Sasha did slap the shit out of her. I think she slapped one of the eyelashes out her ass. So, like, I just remember, like, I don't know if Bianca lost it during the match or when Sasha slapped the shit out of her, but she did lose an eyelash. So, but yeah, so I just need the next 3 weeks leading up to Mania between Bianca and Sasha to be some of the best black girl moments in wrestling history. As in shit where it's only like black people can understand of like, yo, this is real. Cause that slap was very oh, 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 okay. So moving on. Biggie versus Apollo Cruz. This was actually a decent match. I'm really liking Apollo Cruz, Nigerian Cruz right now. Great. And I'm glad that the finish was what it was because even though Biggie opened the match looking really strong, once Apollo Cruz had his strong looking moment, and then it ended in a roll up. Like it allows it to keep going to Mania. So I'm cool with it going on a little longer. I'm just kind of hoping they don't do the usual making a multi-man IC belt match. I see it happening, but I kind of don't because I kind of want to see them continue to just have a really big match for Mania. Just these. Your thoughts?
Uh, yeah, I like the gimmick. Hello.
Bless you.
Thank you. I like the gimmick. I like the match. Stupid ass ending, but it is what it is. Um, Want to see what they can bring moving forward. Definitely. Uh, Big E is in a stride that most wrestlers don't get to. Shout out to him. Uh, Other than that, shit, it's the IC title, man.
Mm-hmm. Also, I need if Apollo Cruz could say this in a Nigerian accent.
These buck dancing niggas. These niggas, plantation niggas.
If he says this in an African Nigerian accent towards Big E, I need it, G. I just need it one time for the fun time. And also one thing. This is one thing that's funny as hell about Apollo Cruz gimmick, and we'll move on. It's funny how like the more angrier he gets, the heavier the accent gets. But like it's like throughout the match, it was like okay, you hear it. Then it's like, then right after he beat his ass at the end of the match, it was like, now it's there now. You went full Wakanda now, G. So it's funny as hell. Like the accent got stronger as the match went on. Then we got Braun Strowman versus Elias. I consider this a waste of TV. A waste of TV, big time. Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke was a very fun match, a really great match. If there's one thing about Seth Rollins, he's always going to introduce new moves to his arsenal that you never expect. Because those moves at the end, I'm about to say, yo, I don't think he never did that before. But they were fire. It's like, gee. Like, it just shows Seth Rollins probably just be watching tape from other wrestling promotions and be like, I'm going to use that.
I'm going to use that, Becky. But shout out to Shinsuke Nakamura and Seth Rollins. But definitely shout out to Seth Rollins. Because he been doing his thang-a-lang, whatever that is. I'm sleepy, so I'm about to start saying some weird ass words. He been doing his thing with the little drip fucking gimmick he got going. Half his ass, that outfit he had on yesterday was so ass.
That was a bogus fit, G.
A cow camouflage type joint. Oh my god, bogus.
Like, bro,
he played on to the drip shit. Shout out to Black Twitter. I'm pretty sure that was their fault. But you know, and he talking in all caps on Twitter to annoy people, and you love to see it. I love when Seth Rollins start annoying internet things. Makes me happy.
I agree. Then we had Drew versus Sheamus, which was a really, really great, brutal ass match. Very fun. Drew came out looking like Braveheart. Even cried at the end. I think they cried at the end of Braveheart, so it makes it even funnier. It was a really fun match. My favorite spot though was when Sheamus did the white noise on the table, because then they had to leap, and that's a lot of big white nigga that had to jump to land on that table. So like it was a really fun match. I really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, me too. Shout out to those. They have had a consistent amount of bangers. So shout out to them. They did it again.
Mm-hmm. So shout out to them. And then Randy Orton versus Alexa Bliss, which led to led to the return of the Fiend. This was the purpose of this. I'm the Fiend. I'm the Fiend guy on the podcast. I'm the Bray Wyatt guy, so I'm happy to see Bray Wyatt back. I was a little creeped out by the new mask because that shit just looks extremely Friday the 13th-ish. He actually looks like a Fiend now. That was pretty eerie, the return of the Fiend, but it was funny.
Nice. Whatchamacallit? Nice. What the fuck is that called? Mask. Nice mask. Very nice mask. Not as scary as people were saying on Twitter. But overall, it was a good situation. It was good, man. Really don't give a fuck about that story. Kind of sad we didn't get an RKO on Alexa Bliss, but that's what it is.
Okay, he didn't RKO her, which kind of sucks.
It's real. Because Randy been getting that. I can hit a bitch pass for a minute now. He wasn't able to hit a bitch, so something like that. That's about it.
Yeah, like nothing else to really add. Like it was just a bunch of fireballs and stuff. Um, Also, just the fact that Alexa Bliss slowly has been making her makeup look very fiendish is also funny. But then match of the night, easily match of the night. Even though, like, I wouldn't say easily because Sheamus and Drew what was a top contender until this match happened. Roman versus DB was just fire, just straight fire. Sucks we're not getting this for Mania because I know they will go even more all out for Mania.
I think we'll get a triple threat match.
It might be, but I kind of don't want it.
Why? Somebody got to eat the pin, and it can't be Roman.
It's going to be Drew. I mean, Daniel Bryan is going to eat the pin. Kind of why I don't want him to eat the pin. But if it was a triple threat, but it was see. We'll know by Friday. But still a very fun match, even for the shenanigans. It was a really good back and forth match. Roman talking his shit is always A1 pristine. My favorite one was, I think it was when Edge took over as referee. He said, "Oh, you just want to see up close what I'm doing to you in the next few weeks." I was like, "Damn, G, what you on with the guy?" Like the big dog, G. But it was a really fun match. I enjoyed it. Daniel Bryan, just the various ways he just technical god, G. In the ways he was just getting the submission holds onto Roman was very unique, especially the LaBelle lock, yes lock, whatever the hell you want to call it. There was a point that Michael Cole did call it the crippler. Michael Cole did call it the crippler crossface at one point last night. He did say, "Oh man, he used to he I guess he realized he was saying crippler early on because he said I heard crip and then and then he just said crossface loudly. So it was like he stopped himself mid, but it was funny as hell to hear him say crippler crossface. But yeah,
flashback. Shit.
And the spirit of Chris Benoit is present everywhere, nigga. especially when you got the Fiend coming out of the fucking ring and shit. So it don't help. But yeah, but it was a really great match. I'm not mad at the finish with Jay Uso getting involved. Edge saying fuck this, having this fuck this moment like, hey, whoever I see. And I didn't realize he hit Daniel Bryan that hard with the chair because when the other referee came in, Roman was like, get this pin, nigga. And so it was over with. So I wasn't expecting that. The finish to be that way, but it was a very fun match, really fun match.
Oh yeah, it's like no more. I could talk about that you talked about. Very fun match, very one predictable. Roman tapped, but it wasn't official. Really fucking good because Roman said, "Ain't nobody made me tap, but somebody tapped." But it wasn't official, so that's something you can also play on to get that triple threat going.
You can.
So I like it.
The funny thing about that tap, it was like a light tap. it was like he knew the camera was there, so he's like, it was just like I don't know whether to honor it or be like, hey, he did tap, but it was like, do what you please with it. Just this past week on Raw, right now, Raw, Rhea Ripley challenged Asuka for the belt. That's going on. Drew and Bobby Lashley starting there. You did. I know that Drew had a match against Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. I don't know if he won or not. I know if Drew won, those two are banned from ringside. So take that for what you want. But yeah, that's everything that's going on as of right now. AJ and Big Folks is going to fight the New Day for the belts at Mania, and the card is slowly becoming real. So yeah, that's it. And also on the NXT side of things, Karrion Kross and Finn Balor gonna have a really fun match. At this point, Kyle O'Reilly and uh Adam Cole is going to have probably a not. Me and Tyler talked about a non-sanctioned match because they're going to kill each other. They want to kill each other. The niggas literally tried to kill each other with cars. They're like, just give them a non-sanctioned match and let them go crazy. And shout out to Io Shirai versus Raquel Gonzalez. They're gonna have a very fun match. NXT side of things is slowly becoming a thing. Also, I need Walter to legit slap the head off of Ciampa G for the fun. Because the way them Imperium niggas beat his ass was hilarious last week. That was hilarious. And I rock with them Imperium niggas because they just pull up real nigga shit. But yeah, so shout out to where things is going with that. But yeah, so NXT slowly getting their card together. WWE pretty much got it set as of right now from what I can tell. So but yeah, so that's it for this week's episode of Threes from the Ring, I believe. Wait, when is the Usman is next month, right? Usman versus Masvidal is next week, right? I mean next month. All right. Any other major fights coming up?
Let niggas down. I think the Gado is this week.
That's a fight night, or is that a?
That's a pay-per-view.
Oh.
Fortunately.
Well, might be going through alleged means for ways for that one. So
You go through alleged ways for this one. Bro.
Yep. All I just know is I just need to know whether I'm about to. Should I, for FanDuel purposes, should I have Nagano win by knockout in the first, second, or third round?
He's great for having Nagano win by knockout.
Well, I know that he's going to win by knockout.
Hey, I ain't betting on this one, bro. I'm a dumbass. I can't bet on fights no more.
Good man. I haven't bet on nothing. I thought I was gonna bet on college basketball. Some told me to bet on Loyola winning.
I'm sure because I like to bet on underdogs. And in college basketball, the underdogs always fucking win.
Exactly, especially this year. This is the year where it's just like, hey, if you had a parlay on the underdogs, I think I saw it this morning on SportsCenter. If you had a parlay for all the underdogs that won over the weekend, you could have been a millionaire. Oh, like damn, G. That's crazy. But yeah, so that's it for this week's episode. We appreciate you guys for listening. As always, make sure you follow us on Twitter at Threes from the Ring, 3S from the Ring. We greatly appreciate all follows, all comments you have in regards to what we say about sports and shit. You know the vibes when it comes to that. Make sure you also like, comment, subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube. Make sure you follow us, follow us, subscribe on any audio platform you listen to this podcast on, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, whatever. Follow, like, whatever, subscribe, whatever. Do that. We appreciate it. And share. Above all, share. Hit that share button. Let your peoples know you rock with You Tweaking Media, Threes from the Ring, whatever podcast we got. Greatly appreciate all the support. Make sure you copy some You Tweaking Media merch with your stemming money, because I know you niggas still got some stemming money. Whether you got 500 left, it's your last dub off your stemming. We need that, my nigga. So hand it over. We greatly appreciate that shit. But thanks for listening, as always. For listening. And if you're sitting there wondering, yes, that has been Anthony Mackie behind Daytra this whole time. It's just funny as hell to see. It is what it is. It's just hilarious as hell. But it's gonna be there until Falcon and Winter Soldier's over with, because
Most likely.
It more likely is solely because of this right here.
Hey, yo, check it out, motherfucker. I'm Tupac.
And we'll go end the episode on that note. Peace.
The Vegas in.
Oh, man.